You know what time it is? It's top of the morning here on the Urban Conservative. We got Trump circles, circus trial stuff. We got rappers. We got a bunch of stuff that makes you go WTF. It's Wednesday. It's top of the morning. It's the Urban Conservative. Let's rock out, y'all. Let's go. This season of the Urban Conservative podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com. This episode of the Urban Conservative has also been sponsored by Case Technology Consulting. Help your business get value out of its data and become more efficient and streamlined. Case Technology Consulting. Check out the link in the description.
Last call. Do you like a Tribe Called Quest? Well, you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Do you like manwich and nachos? Well, then you'd love the Urban Conservative.
Do you like guns? Do you like butter? Well, you're gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Yo, what's good, son? You like pit bulls, say? You like solving Sudoku puzzles? Then you gonna love the Urban Conservative.
Hey, buddy, if your car making a sound like this, you might want to get you some power steering fluid and check out the Urban Conservative podcast.
Are you repulsed by the idea of drag queen story time at your local library, but enjoy Carol Baskin TikTok memes? Then you would enjoy the Urban Conservative.
Do you want to slap your boss and then go home and make yourself some golden brown pancakes covered in butter and freshly made warm boysenberry syrup? Then you'll love the Urban Conservative.
You're a little over Cardi B, and you're repulsed by the thought of Hogmaw. Check out the Urban Conservative. You ready? If you think the earth is flat and always on that weird side of YouTube, check out the Urban Conservative. They'll set you straight.
If you're in a chasing dopey and you love solid fish and festival, check out the Urban Conservative.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. It's time for top of the morning here on the Urban Conservative. Yours truly, Abdul Ali, rocking with you on a WTF Wednesday. On Wednesdays, we cover news that makes you just wake up and go, what the farfig Nugan? So this morning, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully all is well with you. As always, we're going to ask you to support what we do here at the Urban Conservative by visiting tuconservative.com. That is the website you can go to listen to past episodes, get the exclusive members-only episodes and content. You can also grab yourself a hat, a mug, a T-shirt. Hamilton plans are still only $10. That allows you to join the TUC family. You get 1 year subscription, which means members only buy podcasts. You become part of the TUC community. You get heads up when we're going to do special events out in an area near you. So we definitely appreciate your support. Again, the website, tuconservative.com. Also got to give a shameless plug first thing in the morning here for yours truly, Abdul Ali, running for U.S. House District 12. Would definitely appreciate you going to aliforcongress.com, hitting that donate button so that we can do more to make America better in 2024. Absolutely appreciate your support. Definitely thank you to everyone that supported so far. I also want to give a massive, humongous, huge, all around the world shout out to my good friend Keisha Brassington and Ed Broyhill, who are running for RNC committee man and RNC committee woman at the North Carolina State Convention this coming Saturday. Made a little quick video to support Ed and Keisha. You want to hear it? Here it go. Hey folks, Abdul Ali here, your Republican candidate for U.S. House District 12. A lot of you all know me from traveling the state, being an active Republican. Well, listen, I'm making this video to ask you to join me on Saturday in supporting Keisha Brassington and Ed Broyhill for re-election as our RNC committee woman and our RNC committee man. I've had the opportunity to work with them over the last several years, and they are dedicated Republicans and willing to support us, the grassroots. So I'm asking you to join me this Saturday at the business session. Cast your vote for Keisha Brassington for RNC committee woman, Ed Broyhill for RNC committee man, and let's keep North Carolina great, folks. Thanks. All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm asking you to join me at the NCGOP State Convention. Registration has closed for delegates. It is going to be a great convention. Kash Patel, Vivek Ramaswamy, Laura and Eric Trump, Chairman Michael Whatley, Governor Doug Burgum, our good friend Mark Robinson are all going to be in the building at the NCGOP convention this coming weekend. So let's jump right in, ladies and gentlemen. There's a couple of things in the news that make you just scratch your head and go, WTF, this coming Wednesday. So yesterday, reports coming out about a young man, rapper, happens to be a rapper. And look, it's sad. This is really, it's not funny. You know, there's a lot of people talking about this in the memes, but this is a teen rapper who accidentally deleted himself on a social media video after pointing a gun to his head and accidentally pulling the trigger. He was found in Suffolk, Virginia on May 15th. If you hadn't heard about this, it's a teenager, 17-year-old kid, Suffolk, Virginia. They believe he died from an accidental self-inflicted gunshot wound. There are several screenshots of the young man clearly moments before this incident happened. Police would not confirm his name right away, but separate footage circulating on the social media showed Suffolk-based rapper named Rilo Huncho singing into the camera while dancing with a pistol with a green laser sight. He then appeared to switch off the weapon's safety, pointed at his head. Then a shot rang out and he was thrown from view as the camera dropped. The next day, a GoFundMe was set up for his grieving mother. Now, this is a prime example. Not only does it make you go, what the, who and why was this young man playing with a firearm? What is the point of this holding the guns in the video thing? I still don't get it. It's 2024. You got all, but clearly no one taught this young man firearm safety. Clearly, this is a situation where 17-year-old kids should not have had a firearm. There's nothing funny to say about it. There's no joke to be made about it. It is unfortunate that a 17-year-old has succumbed to this. But it does make you go, what the is happening here? 17-year-old kid took his own life playing around with a firearm in a rap, trying to be a rapper. Now, I couldn't find any of the rap videos for the kid. Not that I wanted to see it, but that was his only son. That was this lady's only son. One of the cousins wrote in a post, she was a single parent, but took care of her son the best she could. And sadly, this is a situation where no father in the household. Nobody taught this young man firearm safety. It was listed as a suicide. Accidental was his cause of death, and they're still trying to figure out why. And it's really simple, folks. You do not point a loaded firearm at your own head in a video. Anybody with basic firearm safety sense knows that that is not something you do. But that, ladies and gentlemen, Rilo Huncho, that's the story of the young man who has unfortunately done that to himself. We'll be right back here on Top of the Morning, WTF Wednesday here on the Urban Conservative. We're going to talk about this Trump trial circus that's happening. Y'all don't move. We'll be right back. country illegally cast a ballot, it takes the power of your vote away. Visit onlycitizens.vote to find out how you can contact your legislature and get them to pass a citizens-only voting amendment. Again, visit onlycitizens.vote and defend your right to vote. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're back. It's time for Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. This morning, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the Trump trials, multiple Trump trials happening. Trump did not take the stand in the hush money trial in New York. The defense for former President Trump rested in the New York criminal trial, marking the end of witness testimony and paving the way for jury deliberation. Trump's defense called up two witnesses, a paralegal who verified call logs between former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen and lawyer and Trump ally Robert Costello. They then called Costello to the stand. In testimony that carried over into yesterday morning session, Costello testified to conversations and emails he had with Cohen following a 2019 FBI raid on Cohen's home and office. They were the only two witnesses brought up by the defense following over 4 weeks of testimony. Now, we all know this is a sham. Okay, Trump had to plead not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsified business records. Prosecutors allege that Trump knew about a settlement negotiation with adult actor Stormy Daniels to keep her allegations of an affair out of the press ahead of the 2016 election, and that Trump directed Cohen to make a settlement payment of about $130,000. Prosecutors are arguing that the falsified business records, in part labeled as legal retainers, are a paper trail for Cohen. Now, the sad part about this, and the thing that makes you go WTF, is there's only one person who has admitted to falsifying business records, folks, and that is Michael Cohen. That's it. That's all you got. That's really all you got, is you got Cohen, who's the one that testified to falsifying business records. Now, the question is going to become, does this hurt Donald Trump? And it appears that it's helping Donald Trump, okay? Trump has argued he's the only paying his lawyer. Speaking for several minutes outside the courtroom yesterday morning, Trump lamented his inability to campaign as much as he would like to, since he has to attend the trial every day that court is in session, which we all know is part of a strategy to keep him off the campaign trail. Now, jurors did hear several days of testimony from Cohen, as well as former National Enquirer publisher Pecker, who first testified to the details of deals made with Cohen and Trump to flag potentially damaging stories. And they also heard from Keith Davidson, the lawyer who negotiated the non-disclosure agreements and settlement payments for Daniels and former Playboy playmate Karen McDougal. Now, this is the sad part about this, and I'm not condoning that type of lifestyle. But when you're at that level of wealth and you have these type of relationships that you would prefer to stay silent, what they're saying essentially is that Trump should have used his campaign money. But the sad part about this is the minute he would have used campaign money, they'd have got him for using campaign money, because you cannot use campaign money for that kind of thing. So it was like, danged if you do, danged if you don't. Trump is stuck either way it goes. So the Trump trial going on there in New York. You also have the Trump trial going on down in Georgia. Now, Fani Willis, who is, I don't even know. I just can't even stomach this lady. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back on the other side of this break and look at what Fani Willis had to say. This is going to make you go WTF. Look at what Fani Willis had to say as it relates to the Republicans in Georgia and the General Assembly trying to hold her accountable. Really, she has no business doing this, but don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Top of the Morning. Doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com. All right, y'all, back here on Top of the Morning. As you can see, Rachel Maddow had Fani Willis. Oh, this is going to be rough, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be rough, but let's take a listen to this.
They have decided in Georgia that they would like to come over after me. They use false reasons for wanting to.
Ma'am, There's nothing false about you and that man's relationship. Let's stop right there.
To come after me. I don't know if you remember, and I believe we talked about it last time. Georgia had never had a prosecutorial oversight committee, and all of a sudden, 14.
Yeah, when you are clearly, as a DA, running a politically motivated trial against a former president, number one. Number two, when you have an improper relationship with the person you hire and hundreds of thousands of dollars have gone to somebody you had a personal relationship with, yes, there needs to be prosecutorial oversight.
Minorities were elected to office to serve as district attorney. And
there goes the race card.
Now all of a sudden they need.
Now it's because they're black, right?
An oversight committee to look after district attorneys because they want to tell.
Because you are using the power of your office in a political way, ma'am.
Us how to prosecute and who to prosecute and where we should put our resources, as opposed to allowing the voters that put us in these seats to make those determinations. The voters in my community are very clear that they want crime rid out of their communities, but they want it done both by removing violent offenders, which is what we have done. We've gone after gangs and we've worked with our police departments to do so. But they also want second chances for low-level offenders, and we have done those programs. What is so ironic is although it's only 14 of the 50 DAs in the state of Georgia, most of the citizens report to our jurisdictions. So although we're smaller in number than the other 36, most of the population has elected these minority DAs to serve them and has trusted their judgment.
It has nothing to do with race, ma'am. This is why you see places like Atlanta, places like Los Angeles, places like Charlotte, places like New York in such terrible way, because these people only think about things in the context of race. This prosecution by Fani Willis of President Trump down in Georgia is clearly politically motivated. We knew when Alvin Bragg came into New York, she ran on this whole kit. Letitia James, as the Attorney General for the state of New York, ran on this anti-Trump sentiment, and that's exactly what's happening. So you got to ask yourself a question, ladies and gentlemen. Ask yourself this question. Is this politically motivated when you look at what's happening, when you look at the tangled web of deceit that's going on? Is this politically motivated? And the answer you have to say is yes to that question, folks. So there you have it. Rachel Maddow, Fani Willis blaming racism on why the state of Georgia wants to have a prosecutorial oversight on that. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit more on the Trump trial and news happening there in the state of Georgia. We'll be right back here on Top of the Morning. Y'all don't go nowhere here on the Urban Conservative. We'll be right back. Country illegally cast a ballot. It takes the power of your vote away. Visit onlycitizens.vote to find out how you can contact your legislature and get them to pass a citizens-only voting amendment. Again, visit onlycitizens.vote and defend your right to vote. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're back here on Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. Really appreciate you rocking with us. If you are in the state of North Carolina, you know that state convention is going on this weekend. There are several opportunities for you to come and kick it. There's membership suites and hospitality suites. But if you agree that only U.S. citizens should vote in our elections, the Americans for Citizens voting group will be hosting a suite Friday night at the convention immediately following the chairman's reception at 9:30. Come up, enjoy some refreshments, and get some information about the status of citizens-only voting across the country and here in North Carolina with the founder and director of Americans for Citizens Only Voting. Paul Jacob will be at the suite. That is going to be at 9:30 p.m. immediately following the chairman's reception at the state convention. You should get an email with the suite number if you are registered as a delegate. But again, the team at Americans for Citizens Voting is going to be hosting a suite at the NCGOP convention Friday evening. Come up, get an update, learn how you can support SB 630 and what's going on here in the state of North Carolina to ensure that only U.S. citizens are voting. Last but certainly not least, I also want to give a big plug, a big shout out to Simone Pemberton, who is running for North Carolina State Senate out in Cumberland County. I also want to give a big shout out to my man, Leonard Bryant, who is also running for North Carolina State House Saturday evening at the state convention. Join us at the Carolina New Leadership Suite from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Brought to you by yours truly, Ali for Congress and Americans for Citizens Voting. Looking forward to spending some time with Simone and Leonard. You can come up and support your Black Republican candidates. We'll have some wine and some beer and some hors d'oeuvres and that kind of thing. But you'll have an opportunity to come meet and greet your Black Republicans running to change leadership here in North Carolina. So again, big shouts out to Simone Pemberton, Leonard Bryant, the whole crew out of Cumberland County. Big up to the Cumberland Republican Women's Club. We will be live and direct coming to you from the North Carolina State Convention. So we're excited about that. We're looking forward to it. You've been rocking out here on the Urban Conservative. It's been WTF Wednesday. We hope you all have a positive and productive rest of the day. And make sure you hit us with a like, share, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell on YouTube so you know that when we go live, you get an update. Again, have a positive and productive Wednesday, y'all. Peace and love, everybody.